It is Monday, June the 13th, 2022. I am James. You are you. We are here as we begin our work week. And when I say work and when I say we, of course I mean you and not I. Because I, as some might say, have already retired in life. What does it mean to retire at the ripe age of 34? Well, it's nothing that comes with a pension. I'll tell you that much. It means you wake up, you think about what you're going to do with your day. Maybe you take a little walk along Montreal's famous Lachine Canal, have a cup of coffee, maybe you're a croissant. You call your friend Dave Kaufman on the telephone and say, Dave, what are you doing today? When's your break? I need someone to hang out with. Why? Because you have chosen a pathway which, yes, does not afford you riches, sustainable income, or a retirement plan. But in a lot of ways, you feel rich by way of the life that you lead and the friends that are a part of said life. This is episode 373 of the show that won't go away. Now, I want to say something, and I mentioned this last week. The past couple weeks since we have now adjusted to one episode a week, I'll tell you what, I've been having a really hard time trying to think about what to talk about in these intros. I don't feel sharp anymore. I am as dull as a 34-year-old butter knife. So dull that you couldn't even put it through butter. And I promised myself that I wanted to be back on my game. What did I do? I spent the entire weekend thinking about all the ways in which I could be fierce tonight. And I knew that there was one undoubtable way that I was going to be fierce. Last night, live and in living color from Fafun Electric, I was in front of a capacity crowd performing at Battle War, which is a local wrestling outfit. That's right. I don't just play make-believe on stage. I play make-believe fighting as well. I walked around the ring. A fan punched me right in the arm. A couple months ago, someone punched me in the head. Couple years ago, a lady spit right in my face. And that's the type of intensity I need that I can transfer to my apartment where my neighbors are most certainly listening to me, hoping, dreaming, and wishing that I would stop doing whatever it is that I'm doing. But what I'm doing is tethering myself to you, the viewer, the audience, the fan base. I am fired up. And why is that? Tonight, we do volume 1 of micro topics. What is a micro topic episode? It is an episode that features a variety of topics. Tonight, the common theme is music. What are the micro topics? We'll get to those in a second. But first and foremost, I need to thank you for watching. I need to thank you for being here. This is going to be a happening. And it's been a very long time since I have said it is going to be a happening, but this is going to be the happening of all happenings, because not only are we going to be talking about cover songs versus the originals, we're going to be talking about little boy bands. I want to be clear. When I wrote that in the promo for today on our crappy Instagram page, I thought, I don't know if I want to be the guy advertising little boy bands. We're going to talk about little boy bands tonight in detail and at length. But also, last but certainly not least, we're talking about Big Shiny Tunes. Now, if you're not familiar with Big Shiny Tunes, they are a crappy collection of Canadian compact discs. How's that for alliteration? Holy smokes, I'm on fire tonight. Big Shiny Tunes, synonymous with much music and terrible music at that. We're discussing all three of these items as micro topics. Now, originally, we were only supposed to have Dave Kaufman here tonight, but at the 13th hour, now the 13th hour, that's the fringe thing. At the 11th hour, one of the coolest guests in at-home history sent me a direct message. And I'm not the type of guy that gets a lot of DMs. I'll tell you what, you might be surprised, but it's the truth. Cathy Fagan slides right in. She confronts me in my DMs about my promotional image. So not only is Cathy Fagan here, but so is a very sleeveless Dave Kaufman. So what's the sense in waiting? Let's get this show on the road. Let's welcome to At Home with James. We got Dave Kaufman and Cathy Fagan. Dave, you're coming to us live from Mr. McGee's, a basement bar located in NDG. How's it going tonight?
It's going good. It's going good. How are you?
I'm doing very well. Is it busy tonight at Mr. McGee's?
Pretty quiet so far.
All right. Now, Cathy, you're coming to us from, I'm gonna let you announce where you're coming to us from tonight. Cathy, where are you coming to us from?
Yeah, I saw James's Instagram
Yeah,
story of him.
I'm James.
I saw James's Instagram story, and he was standing in front of a Big Apple, and I thought, hey, maybe we're in the same place.
Well, we are not in the same place. You are in the Big Apple, otherwise known as New York City.
Hold
the
on.
city.
Is there a Big Apple in New York City?
That's a good question.
Well, there isn't, as far as I know, but there is the Big Apple when you're on your way to Toronto, as the
That's
Canadians
true.
announce it. But Cathy, I posted a promotional image, and by I mean James, featuring myself in front of the Montreal's famous orange julep. And then you said, are you going to address the ball live on the air? And I said, why don't you confront me about it? You said, okay. And then I quickly found out that you were in a cab coming to us live from your Airbnb. This is, as mentioned, a happening.
Yes, I was confused about what you were standing in front of. It looked like a giant ball, and it was.
Have you never been to the orange? Have you never been to the orange julep?
No, but I've heard it referenced a lot.
Yeah, well, Dave, you were there that day. You took the photo.
Oh, I thought we were at an Orange Julius.
No, the Orange Julius. You thought we were at the Orange Julius.
Yeah.
We were at the Orange Julep. Dave, what do you think about the Orange Julep?
It's okay.
I really like it. And Cathy, you've never been.
Is it just a statue? Is it just a statue of a ball?
No, it's not a statue.
Kind of is a statue, though.
It's not a statue. It's a building.
Paper mache.
It's in the shape of a
big paper mache.
It's a giant building in which there's a series of intricate piping that then dispenses orange drink.
Do they have offices in there?
No one knows.
It's a secret.
Now, I want to address a couple things here. Now, Cathy, something's very different about you on tonight's episode.
Mm-hmm.
Would you like to talk about it?
Why don't I guess?
Okay, yeah, Dave. Why don't you guess?
Did you get a new haircut?
Yeah.
There you go.
All right, there's one guess down. Keep guessing, Dave.
She said yes.
Well, I think there's other things.
Okay.
Something else going on.
I'm out of guesses.
Well,
no, you're not. You have two more. You have two more still.
Okay,
Can I take one of the guesses here?
Yeah, you can take one.
Well, Cathy, I'm noticing that you're wearing sunglasses on your head and not over your eyes like we're used to.
Yeah, I don't feel like today is the day to put on my mask.
Now, what do you mean by that, Cathy? Let's expose yourself.
I feel like in Montreal, I was the coolest person.
Yeah.
To ever exist, and I think in New York, I'm the bottom of the barrel. So
you were a big fish in a small pond in Montreal.
And now I'm a small fish in a big pond.
So you're saying the cool conversion rate does not treat you kindly?
No.
Well, I've
liquidated all my assets, James.
Well,
Dave, now you know a little bit about liquidating assets as a stocks guy.
I don't know if I'm a stocks guy, but sure, yeah.
Are you a Luna investor?
I did not invest in Luna.
Okay, Cathy, you've got two more guesses.
Nor on the way down.
What?
Two more guesses about what Dave invested in.
I think he invested in Ethereum.
I own a little bit of Ethereum, yeah.
One more guess, Cathy.
I think that he also invested in Scotiabank Cinemas.
That's wrong. I invested in Cinema Guzzo.
Oh, I feel like you're doing pretty well. You're supporting local business.
Yeah. I will say, though, about Ethereum, like 2 years ago when this show first started, there was a active chat member who was recommending buying Ethereum. I forgot his name, but he was recommending it at $300. and now it's at
should have got in on it. Hey,
$1,200. So our that chat and At Home with James is very knowledgeable when it comes to investments.
Now, Kathy,
maybe you should have even stuck it out a little bit longer because it was up to like $3,000.
Okay, so Kathy, are you an investor as well?
Yeah, but like a little bit more casually.
All right. Well, look, Kathy, you're coming to us very spontaneously. Originally, tonight's episode was supposed to be David, myself. This is the first.
Chug it.
Dave, is that a giant bottle of Grolsch?
Yeah, well, the boss said I could have one beer on the job, so I'm having a.
Wait, how can you show that? Can you kind of is there anything you can use it to scale how big it is?
It's my forearm.
Okay, so you're drinking a forearm's worth of Grolsch.
Yeah.
All right, well, that's your one drink?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mr. McGee lets you have one drink every night.
And of course, we're not talking about me as Mr. McGee. It's the man who lives in the house of the basement that you're in.
The man who lives in the house above the basement that I'm in.
Understood. Now, Kathy, as mentioned, you're coming to us in a very spontaneous way tonight. This is the first ever micro topic episode of the show. We're discussing 3 music-based topics, again, that include little boy bands, big shiny tunes, and cover songs versus the originals. Now, I want to begin with little boy bands. Now, Kathy,
One Direction.
Now, okay, I was going to ask you, when we say little boy bands, what does little boy bands mean to you?
Early Rush.
Early Rush.
Very, very early Rush.
Very early. Now, Dave,
very early Rush.
What do you think when you hear little boy bands?
Well, I think of maybe the original Jonas Brothers.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe
who's the original Jonas Brothers?
What?
Who are they?
You got Nick Jonas. You got
there's Joe Jonas.
Joe Jonas and Carl's Jr. Jonas.
Yeah. Now, when we think about the Jonas Brothers, they rose to fame as little kids, and that's what I was thinking about. Now, the reason for tonight's topic was we're gonna pull the curtain back a little bit. Earlier on today, I was walking down the street with Dave and his wife, and we began singing songs from the Moffats. And his wife got so mad at us that she crossed the street and no longer wanted to walk with us because we were, quote, too loud. Then we went to Dave's house and started listening to the Moffats.
Yeah.
Now,
I got to say, when she got really mad, my heart went bang, bang, boom.
Right, which is a song from the Moffats. Now, Kathy, are you familiar with the the Canadian brothers?
No, I'm not actually.
All right. Well, Kathy, you're a little bit younger, right? Your age is? I know it's not
14.
It's not 14. Dave, now you're a little bit older. How old are you?
I'm 17.
All right, and of course I'm 34 years old.
Yeah.
But Dave, luckily you love the classics, so you remember the Moffats.
Yeah, my parents, they play me all the classics when I was
me and your parents Me and your parents grew up together.
They,
So you remember the classic little boy bands.
When you said we're doing Little Kid Rock, I thought we were doing a miniature version.
Now, to be clear, I said little boy bands.
Little boy band, sorry.
Yeah, so Kathy, the Moffats mean nothing to you. So when Dave says, my heart goes bang, bang, bang boom, that means nothing to you.
No, it means suffering, I think.
That means suffering. Well, I mean, I guess some people listening to that music would feel that way. Now, Dave, you're familiar with the song My Heart Goes Bang, Bang, Boom.
Yeah.
Some of your earliest memories of that song.
Well, when I was a kid, listening to much music, that song would come on, and I wouldn't necessarily change the channel.
Okay, so you were into that song. Now, that one, I think, was one of their more harder songs.
Yeah. I'm trying to see if there's a cover I can play.
Of course, and the reason we're doing this is because we are not allowed to play copyrighted music.
Yeah, but it seems like no one This is a surprise to me, but no one these days is covering the Moffats.
Well, it's no surprise to me. Now, Kathy, when we're talking about little boy bands, you think One Direction. Now, do they
That was
count
immediately how I.
do they count as little boys? Because I think they were in their late teens, early 20s, were they not? Again, this is where I'm a bit of an old timer, so I don't know One Direction as much as I know.
I think they were 15 or 16.
All right.
They were 15 or 16, I think, early on. Yeah.
Does 15 or 16 count as being a little boy?
I think that's the cusp of little boy. I would say 16 plus, you're no longer a little boy, but 15, that's a little boy.
Does that mean that I'm a little girl?
Well, if you're, what do you say? You're 14, Kathy? Yeah. Tonight
Yeah.
you're the number one little girl on this show.
Yeah.
And I guess Dave's a big
boy.
man.
Yeah, and I'm an old man.
Yeah.
Now I want to bring up the Jackson 5. Are they the original little boys?
There's got to be there's got to be like in the 1930s. There's got to be like a traveling little boy band somewhere.
We need someone like who was
The Beatles.
around during that time, like a Dale Bernier, to let us know.
Sure, we need a little boy historian.
Yeah, we need. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, well, let's write that down as a future character. Now, what about the Osmonds? They were little boys.
Well, one of them.
One of them, yeah, Donnie.
Mm-hmm. I don't think how
Alicia?
young were the Osmonds when they started singing.
Well, Donnie Osmond was for sure a little boy. I think when you're talking about little boy bands, Hanson is the number one little boy band of all time.
Hold on, coming in from the chat, we got Frankie Lyman, and the Teenagers. You know who that is?
I know I'm not familiar with Frankie Lyman and the Teenagers, but it may be from the 30s. Now, Kathy, you're the little girl of tonight's show. Would you have any memories of Hanson?
No, I think that was like 40 years before I was born.
Yeah. So you have no relationship to the song Mbop.
Yes.
Yes, you have no relationship, or yes, you have a relationship.
Yes, I have no relationship.
No. Oh, so this is interesting. We're going to learn a lot about. Now, what about Serial Joe, another Canadian little boy band? Now, Dave, we were listening to Serial Joe today earlier as well.
That's right. What's the song? What's the name of their big song?
Well, we were listening to the song Skid Row, which I said was a direct lift of the sound of Rage Against the Machine.
Yeah.
And then there was also their moodier song, Mistake.
Yeah. It's all a mistake. How long will it take till the dreams are all gone? How long till you break?
And so now, Kathy, no relationship to that song. Now, if we circle back to the Moffats, no relationship to I'll be there for you when you call.
Oh, I know that song.
There we
I do
go.
know
Okay.
that song.
Yeah, it's a classic.
It's the Friends. It's the Friends theme song, right?
No, the Friends theme song is not. That's a different I'll Be There For You. What's the name of that band? The Replacements?
No, that's not the Replacements. That's the Rembrandts.
Whatever. This is our bands.
I pulled up a picture of the Teenagers, Frankie Lyman and the Teenagers, and it could be the original little boy band.
Yeah, there's one real little boy in the front. The other guys look a little bit older.
Yeah, I agree with that.
There we go. We've got Jackson 5 coming in from the chat. Now they were little boys.
I mean, they sung about the ABCs.
Of course, yeah, a song that has to do with learning.
They would teach school lessons in their songs.
Oh yeah.
And then their lead singer grew up to be famous pedophile Michael Jackson.
Well, Dave, we don't know that for sure.
We don't know that he's Michael
Who are your
Jackson.
favorite? I have a question.
Yeah.
Who is your favorite singer from the 2010s?
Who's that too?
I think it's an open question.
Open question?
Yeah.
From
That now from the 2010s, that's very difficult for me.
Why?
I couldn't even name
It
a
was
singer
3
from
years
the
ago.
2010s.
Yeah, this is the thing.
Ago.
I would
2
say
years ago.
my musical reference points start to fade away as at the tail end of the aughts. Well, Kathy, who's your favorite singer from the 2010s, and are they a little boy?
Harry Styles.
Harry Styles.
Harry
Now
Styles
he's a
is
stud.
good.
Harry Styles is a stud these days.
Mm-hmm.
Would you
He
say
was a little boy in the 2010s.
Would you say Kendrick
Yeah, he was
Lamar
the
is from the
2010s.
2010s?
Kendrick Lamar, I think, is technically, well, I guess he's from the 2000s. No, was he 2010s?
I would
his
say
first album?
2010s. The only name that comes to my mind is probably Kurt Vile.
Oh, he's good.
Well, Drake.
That might be it. Well,
Drake
Drake is
loves
also
Millie Bobby Brown.
he was a famous little boy.
That's true.
90210, yeah.
90210. I think you mean Degrassi.
Yeah.
Degrassi 90210.
Yeah, the mashup that people forgot about.
Yeah.
Well, this is the first of our micro topics. I want to move on to our next micro topic.
Wait, hold on. Is there a little boy band we're forgetting?
I mean,
I'll put 5
put...
Seconds of Summer. 5 Seconds of Summer.
Now, Dave, I thought you were a young man. Shouldn't you know these bands? I thought you were 17, man.
James, I got a confession to make.
Oh no!
When I said my age, I was stretching the truth a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
You want to come clean about your age?
I do. Yeah. I'm actually 11.
All right, so you're too young to even know the 2010s.
Yeah.
All right, but you know the Moffats.
Yeah, well, my parents played the classics.
Yeah, well, me and your parents know each other.
Oh,
now,
no, Lord.
Lord's not a little boy.
No,
Our
but
Savior?
for the 2010 singers.
I want to put a button on the little boys. I want to go with the New Kids on the Block.
Of course you do. You sick bastard.
I like to support young artists.
Yeah.
I like to support young artists.
I'm sure you do.
Well, let's move on to our next topic here. We've
right.
got cover songs versus the originals. Now, Dave, let's start with you. What are some of your favorite cover songs in which you can also identify the original?
Well, there's the classic Bare Naked Ladies cover of Lovers in a Dangerous Time.
Yeah, courtesy of original musician, and I'm not going to say the name that he alleges to be named. It's Bruce Cockburn.
Yeah.
How do you get Coburn out of Cockburn?
Well, the thing is about Cockburn is it can be compared to like having a venereal disease of some kind.
Sure, yeah. Now, Kathy, if you saw the name Cockburn, would you immediately think, oh, it's Coburn?
I would think it's Cockburn.
Yeah. Now, do you think Bruce Cockburn thought there's no way I'll be famous if I ask people to pronounce my name that way, but I want to keep the spelling to honor my family or whatever, but I'm going to say it's actually pronounced Coburn?
I think he could have done it if he was a little spicier.
I agree. I think he could have been more famous if he leaned into it.
Yeah.
Maybe just go.
And he did have a spicy personality.
He's definitely not spicy. What if he dropped the Bruce and his name was just Cockburn?
Or if he changed his name to Big.
Big Cockburn?
Yeah.
Yeah, but Big is also spelled Bruce.
Yeah, it's just Big spelled B. Yeah, that's the joke.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Now, Kathy, are you familiar with the song "Lovers in a Dangerous Time"?
Lovers in a dangerous time.
Yeah, there we go. Now, Dave, what do you think, the original or the cover?
I like the original better.
I don't like either.
Really?
No.
Oh.
Is
it not relatable for you?
No. Being a lover in a dangerous time is not. Being a lover is not relatable to me.
Okay, I'm sorry to hear that.
Oh.
That's okay.
How would you be a lover?
How would I be a lover?
Yeah.
I suppose it would require having someone in your life that you felt romantic love towards. What do you think about that answer?
How would you show your romantic love?
How would I show my romantic? Is it in a dangerous time or not in a dangerous time?
Let's do both.
Yeah,
First in a safe time.
Yeah.
Right. How would I show my romantic love in a safe time?
Yeah.
Well, how long have I been dating my lover? Kathy, you decide.
You're courting her.
I'm courting. So are we dating or like we're going on dates?
You're dating, but like you're still like not totally secure.
Okay.
So you're trying to
Yeah. Okay. So yeah.
Or him.
Well, I mean, in my case, I'm going to come out of the closet as straight here. So I'd be courting a lady.
Brave.
Yeah. Well, it is Pride Month after all.
Brave.
How would I? Okay, so I'm courting someone.
Yeah, not recording, James. So
No,
you can't draw on that personal experience.
Yeah, maybe have we gone over to each other's homes at nighttime, Kathy?
Yeah.
We
sure,
have.
Yeah.
All right.
Maybe once.
Okay. Because I was gonna say maybe getting kind of like
You haven't done the deed though.
All right, I haven't done the deed.
Yeah. You got into third base.
Yeah.
All right, Dave, do you want to clarify what third base is for the people who don't know?
Sure. It's
it might involve cockburn.
Heavy petting.
Third base is heavy petting?
Yeah.
But like direct heavy petting.
Yeah.
All right.
Oral.
Okay, so petting. I'm courting someone. We've been over to each other's house once, and it's featured heavy petting, and I need to make my romantic feelings clear as a lover in a safe time.
Yeah. The hours get shorter as the days go by.
Oh my God! All right, so I suspect you don't want to make too serious of a move, but you want to do something that indicates that you're interested in being a lover.
Yeah.
In a safe time.
I would say, what about going to one of like those maybe more romantic or sexier restaurants?
Where would that be? Houston.
Yeah, what's the sexiest restaurant?
In a safe or dangerous time?
In a safe time, and then in a dangerous time.
What is Au Noir a sexy restaurant? It's dangerous though because you're in the dark.
Yeah, it's more of a dangerous.
Oh, you know what? You know what I'm gonna go with? You know what? I take it back. I'm gonna go to the boat bar on the canal.
It's not a restaurant, but okay.
Do you mean Boda Boda?
No, that's a spa. That would be a danger. I think that's more of a dangerous answer.
So it's not the right answer.
Look, I mean, I wasn't aware that there was a correct. Now, okay, so there's a boat bar that is docked at the canal where you can go have drinks. I think you go there after dark. It's very dimly lit. Kathy, what do you think about that from the perspective of a woman?
Did you make reservations?
I don't know if reservations are necessary, but I think that if I thought
you say that and then you show up and it's full.
Hold on. Given my track record, I would make the effort to see if reservations were necessary, and I probably would lock in a place knowing that.
How would you let her know?
How would I let?
While you're there,
I'm at the boat.
You're on the boat.
And what am I making clear? That I want to be a lover?
Yeah.
Okay, so maybe I've misunderstood this whole premise. Is the entire thing that I'm trying to have sexual intercourse with this woman?
Yeah, isn't that what you always do, James?
I guess if I was indicating that I wanted to be a lover, maybe once we left the boat bar, I would try to initiate some type of lip-based kissing.
Yeah, but you also you don't want to lose her.
Okay, so I need to make a move.
Or lose yourself in the process.
I guess I'd go in for a kiss. I guess that's what I would do.
Nice. That's the correct answer. Congratulations.
All right, awesome. That's lovers in a safe time.
What's the next cover we want to talk about?
Yeah, this is about covers. Well, yeah, Kathy, let's go to you. Covers and originals.
What's the song? What's the name of the song that goes, and I don't want to fall in love? You know?
Oh yeah, that's that Chris Isaac song. It's not Precious Game.
Oh.
It's
not a dangerous game? Is it a dangerous game?
Was it that?
No.
Wicked Game.
Yeah, that's it.
Wicked Game.
Look at that. No Googling whatsoever. Now is he the originator of Wicked Game, or was there a cover?
No, I think he was the original. And there's a really good cover by London Grammar. I would say that could be a song associated with heavy petting. Mm-hmm.
Now, Dave, have you ever done any heavy petting to that song?
No.
Would you?
Yeah, would you?
No. Song's a turn off
Why?
for me.
Why?
Why?
I like safe games.
So you're
Like
not
what?
into Wicked games?
Yeah.
Well, Kathy, do you like
Dave, what would you do? What would you do if you were wanting to be a lover and play safe games?
Yeah.
What would I do? Well, I'd organize a board game night. With me
Pretty
and the
safe.
missus. And,
That's pretty safe, yeah.
Yeah, you'd want to play it safe by trying to organize it with your wife.
We'd play strip Monopoly.
What's the rules of strip Monopoly?
You buy each other's clothes with the cash.
Okay, so there, instead of property pieces on the board, it's clothing pieces.
Yeah. You've landed on
So
my...
are you just naked the whole time, or
What? You
are
start
you naked the whole time?
No, you buy the piece of clothing that your opponent's wearing. So it's like if you
Your
land...
opponent is your wife.
Yeah.
So what's the goal?
The goal is to stay clothed.
To own all of her clothes?
Yeah, to own all of her clothes.
Man, you'd be a real business tycoon.
Yeah, my wife and I, our marriage is more of a business relationship than a loving one.
Do you get to rent the clothes?
What do you mean? I only rent my clothes.
I mean, when you pass around the board, if she lands on a
I
space
gotta
that you've
return this
dominated.
shirt next Tuesday.
Yeah, you're gonna pay late fees
Yeah,
otherwise.
otherwise I gotta pay late fees.
What happens when she lands and she has to pay rent?
What? Well, then she gives me cash, and if she can't pay cash, then she has to pay with a piece of clothing.
Because she doesn't get to rent her clothing.
What?
I want to move on. I want to move on to another cover song here.
Why? This was making a lot of sense.
Now, what about this one? American Woman, the originators, the Guess Who, or Lenny Kravitz.
Yeah.
I would say eternal sex symbol.
I'm gonna say that the Lenny Kravitz version's better.
Yeah, I agree.
Now, do you think that when he performed that concert where his leather pants ripped and his penis fell out and he kept playing,
Well,
do you think that would make his cover version better or worse?
You know the story behind
Worse.
that, right?
What's that?
He was in the middle of a game of strip Monopoly.
Yeah, he had a raging boner.
He lost his move.
So then they're like, "Oh, Lenny, you're on. You just got called to the stage," and he's like, "I got to put my pants on."
I'm just kidding, James. That's not what happened. His pants just split open.
You know, Kathy, are you familiar with this story?
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on it? Would you, as a concert goer, would that make the concert better or worse?
I think he would seem a little unhinged.
You think his penis falling out of his pants makes him unhinged?
Yeah.
I think it shows that he's dedicated to his craft as a performer.
So if you were performing improv
Oh,
and your wiener fell out of your pants,
but I'd also have to be.
are you
performing
sorry
without-
at Montreal at Variations Mile End?
Okay, so
You're at
I like that you
Variations
started with
Mile End.
Montreal Improv, but you decided to veer off to Variations Mile End.
You're performing at Variations Mile End, and you're opening for your students, and your wiener falls out of your pants. What do you
Except
do?
instead of it being your wiener, it's Lenny Kravitz's wiener.
Then I keep performing.
Yeah.
If it's Lenny Kravitz's wiener, I keep performing.
He had a pretty big penis, right?
Yeah, I mean, he wasn't wearing underwear,
Yeah.
so he was wearing leather pants. But you have to have a pretty good unit for it to fall out of your pants and be explicitly noticeable.
Yeah, I agree.
And I wear underwear at all times. Dave, do you?
I wear boxers.
Well, I wear boxers, which are underwear.
Are they?
What would you call boxers?
We'll call them boxers. I'd call underwear. I think of tighty whities when you say underwear.
Kathy, what do you think?
I'd say boxers.
What would you say? Boxers are underwear?
Yeah.
All right. Coming in from the chat, courtesy of the real Andrew Mackay, he writes, "You can't wear undies with leather pants." Dave, do you think that's true?
It's true. Maybe Lenny was worried about his panty line showing.
Well, are you saying that Lenny Kravitz wears panties?
I'm just using panties as a general expression for underwear.
All right. Cathy, would you consider panties a general expression for underwear or vice versa?
No, absolutely not. I don't think that boxers are panties.
Okay,
when
now
you say that Lenny Kravitz is wearing panties, I would say he's probably wearing like some sort of lacy thong. But I think he could pull it off because he's masculine enough.
Yeah. Well, he wore a lot of feminine clothes. Now, I want to veer off. Dave, what do you think about the word panties? I don't care for it.
You don't care for it? I don't mind it. What's wrong with it?
There's something, I don't know if there's something juvenile about it, or there's something that rubs me the wrong way about the word panties.
Interesting.
Cathy, what do you think?
That's like a psychological thing?
You like it. You actively like it.
Yeah.
What's
wrong with you?
Well, I guess it must be a psychological. I want the chat to chime in on this. How do you feel about the word panties? Now, I also want to say I'm pleasantly surprised with all of the different direction this show is taking. I didn't expect us to talk about Lenny Kravitz's schlong on tonight's show.
Why not?
I thought we were going to really keep it, kind of keep it limited to music. And I think this has been the benefit of Cathy showing up in a spur of the moment. We've been able to go off course.
Now, is Lenny Kravitz's daughter Zoe Kravitz?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
And she was in the Batman, right?
Yeah.
She was in the Batman.
And her mother is
also in
Lisa
Big Little
Bonet.
Lies. Big Little Lies. Reese Witherspoon was also in that show. Fantastic show.
Now, do we have any other cover songs that we want to address?
Trying to think.
Well, I'll chime in with one. What about the Beatles with a little help from my friends versus the Joe Cocker version? I think the cover is better. Also,
I've never heard the cover.
Cathy, you've absolutely heard the cover. I refuse to believe that you have not heard the Joe Cocker version.
I don't think I have. I can't think of any other version besides the original.
So yeah, the original is we got Ringo on vocals.
Could it be? How does Joe Cocker's version go?
I need somebody to love. And the Joe Cocker version, Joe Cocker sings with a lot of pain. So it's like, what would you do if I sang out of tune? Would you stand up and walk out on me?
I like both versions of that song. Now that song was the intro song for
the Wonder Years.
The Wonder Years. One
of my favorite shows. That show's brought me to tears on more than one occasion.
Which was often played when I was younger. And by younger, I mean the 20 teens, because I'm 12 years old.
The 20 teens.
The 20 teens. That's what the kids call it. It was played a lot on the Aboriginal People's Television Network.
It's true. That's where I would watch the show. Yeah. The Wonder Years is one of the all-time greats.
Yeah.
I think the cover destroys the original. Cathy, if you like the original, you'll love the cover.
I'll listen to it.
The original feels more like a kid's song.
Yeah, and the cover takes it to a whole other galaxy.
A lot of Beatles songs kind of sound like kids' songs, I find.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I've got a cover also.
Okay.
This one,
what is it?
Roller Coaster of Love.
Right, so you're talking about the Red Hot Chili Peppers version.
They covered,
I
believe, I think it was like I forget who does the original, but it's a cover.
Well, Dave, why don't you do it? You're working the control center tonight. Why don't we find out the original? Because I also don't know. I remember that song. I believe it's on the Beavis and Butthead Do America soundtrack.
That's correct. It was probably, I had that cassette, and it was the Ohio Players.
Yes, correct.
Yeah.
I would say that I prefer the original. I've been pretty outspoken on this show about not being a fan of the Red Hot Chili Peppers. I also said it on stage once, and audience member turned on me.
That's true. Now, James, do you know who the guitarist of the Chili Peppers was when they made that cover?
Was it Dave Navarro?
I believe so, yeah.
Of Jane's Addiction.
Jane's Addiction, yeah.
Now, Cathy, I'm curious, and I don't like this a lot of the time because I feel like we exclude people sometimes talk about music. Is a lot of this lost on you, or is it not lost?
I know who Dave Navarro is.
Now, Dave Navarro's he's a pretty sexy guy as well. I think he falls into the category of Lenny Kravitz as someone who might wear a lacy thong and pull it off. That's a whole episode. Male celebrities who could wear a lacy thong and pull it off.
I've heard tale that he has a big penis too.
Who?
What?
Who told you?
Got my sources.
All right.
I forget her name. Carmen Electra.
Carmen Electra is yours. She also dated Dennis Rodman, who I also think could pull off a lacy thong.
Yeah.
The Worm.
What about Tommy Lee?
Tommy Lee, I think he can pull off really, really tighty whities. I don't see him in a thong.
Big penis.
Yeah. Who's your source?
Pam and
Person.
Yeah.
Coming in from the chat now. This one, I don't know if it's going to be lost on all of you, but it's not lost on me. The Crosby, Stills, and Nash cover of Woodstock by Joni Mitchell. She wrote that song for Woodstock and then could not perform it at the festival. I like both versions a lot. I think I prefer the Crosby, Stills, and Nash version.
How's that one go?
I mean, they're both very similar.
What are the lyrics to Woodstock?
Oh, now I'm trying to think of the opening chorus. By the time we got to Woodstock, we were 500,000 strong.
Oh yeah, I know that one.
We are stardust. We are golden. We are billion-year-old carbon. And we got to, yeah.
That was good.
Yeah, I mean, this is an interesting one. The Sound of Silence by Disturbed, which is originally, is that Simon and Garfunkel or is it just Paul? I think it's Simon.
I think it's the pair.
Yeah. Yeah.
9 Inch Nails or whatever it is.
Disturbed.
Yeah.
I personally prefer the.
Well, hold on. 9 Inch Nails did "Hurt," which then Johnny Cash covered.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking of. Yeah.
Johnny Cash, I think one of the all-time worst vocalists.
Really?
Really? I don't think so.
He's not a good singer.
Well, I would say that maybe he's not musically accurate, but he's a heartfelt singer.
I have all the respect in the world for him, and I'll put this: he's one of those Leonard Cohen. I'm just going to talk through my songs. I hurt myself today.
Oh, come on. He's to
see if
it's not that bad.
It's an emotional track, James.
He talks through all of his. He's one of those. Yeah, Dave, what's your impersonation?
I hurt myself.
That sounds like Leonard Cohen covering Johnny Cash.
Well, it's not, James. It's Johnny Cash covering.
Well, he sings through some songs. I've been everywhere, man. I could sing as good as Johnny Cash. I'm saying breaking news now. I'm as good of a singer as Johnny Cash is.
No.
He's got no harmony. He's got no melody.
Okay, give it an actual shot, James. I feel like that.
I will say this. I don't know enough of his lyrics by heart to be able to sing them appropriately. I think you give me time, I could sing "I've Been Everywhere" just as good as Johnny Cash.
All right.
Okay, just try
Next
the
week
line.
On the show.
I hurt myself today.
Yeah, but
just try that line.
Okay, so all you have to do, I just have to sound like a sick old man.
No, give it a good shot. Give it a real shot.
Am I impersonating it or am I doing my version?
Do your version, but try really hard.
No, you can't. I can't try really hard on the spot. If this is one of those things, I want to be clear. I said with enough practice, I think I could sing just as good as Johnny Cash.
I'll do the guitar part.
Was this for "I Hurt Myself Today"? We're about to go into a freestyle.
I hurt myself today.
It sounds just like Johnny Cash.
I think we can get a harmony going.
I focus on the pain. The only thing that's real.
Yeah, I don't even know. Am I listening to Kathy and Dave or Johnny Cash?
You're listening to Kathy and Dave.
Live on At Home with James.
97.7 FM.
Yeah.
Monday through Friday.
Live from New York.
Live from New York. It's Kathy and Dave.
Now, this one coming in from the chat here. This was on my list. Smash Mouth covering "I'm a Believer," which was made famous by the Monkees.
Oh, the Monkees version.
Yeah. I mean, I don't really like either version. We've talked about Smash Mouth on this show a couple times, right?
Yep.
Now, Dave, about 2 years ago, I would leave you voice messages as Steve Harwell, lead singer of Smash Mouth.
That's true.
He's also not a good singer.
No, he sucks. I agree with that. He has a bad voice. But he would make a great.
I'm a believer.
He would make a great bowler. I find.
Yeah, he
Bowler?
looks like a guy that would bowl.
Yeah. You know, I just searched best covers into Google, and I wanted to list what comes up. 'Cause
Sure, yeah.
we didn't list
Okay.
a single one. The In Crowd by Brian Ferry is the first thing that comes up. I don't even know what that song is.
I agree. I
Yeah.
also don't know that one.
Then there's I Shot the Sheriff by Eric Clapton.
Yeah, it says a Bob Marley song.
I know, but it's not a great cover.
No, I mean,
I think
I
it's
don't.
good.
You like the cover? Then now that's a song where he's just kind of like whimpering through it.
I shot the sheriff.
But I did not shoot the deputy.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I heard it through the grapevine, Marvin Gaye.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know who does the original of that.
That one I also don't know.
We Can Work It Out, Stevie Wonder. I guess that's a Beatles cover.
It's a Beatles song.
Yeah. Dedicated to the one I love, Mamas and the Papas.
Also coming in from the chat, this is also true. Twist and Shout is also a cover. The Beatles covered that song.
Oh, apparently Tainted
by who?
Love by Soft
Originally.
Cell is a cover.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know.
Marilyn Manson then did Tainted Love.
Oh, so it's Traveling Through the Years as a cover. There's
Yeah,
there's a couple
and then
of
the
those
Pussycat
songs.
Dolls did it.
Really?
Pussycat Dolls did
Now,
it. Later,
Kathy,
yeah.
were you a fan of the PSDs growing up as a youngster?
Yeah.
Now, I want to talk about that song, Don't You Wish Your Girlfriend Was Hot Like Me? Because I really feel like it fit in at the time, but also kind of a pretty mean-spirited song, I think.
Well, I don't know if it's mean-spirited. It's more like desperate, probably.
What do you mean by desperate?
Like, I feel like Nicole Scherzinger should have been more concerned with teaming up with this other lady than telling this guy, oh, your girlfriend's not as hot as me. Pick me, pick me, pick me, pick me.
Yeah, there is desperation to it, but I almost think, like, could you imagine the people, like, maybe you're a lady and you're sitting with your boyfriend and he's watching the video. I think that's an unkind song.
Yeah, that's true. Actually, I never thought about it that
Yeah,
way.
I think it's an unkind song.
You think the guy would be like, yeah, I do wish my girlfriend was hot like you.
I mean, I think that there's something about that at least it's, you're not gonna that'd be a lover in a dangerous time.
That's true.
Well, who was your favorite Spice Girl?
Are we talking musically or from an aesthetic standpoint?
However you want to answer.
Why don't we do both? Dave, let's start with you. Favorite Spice Girl musically and aesthetically?
It's got to be...
Mel C would be my pick. She's the best singer of the bunch.
No, she's Scary Spice.
She's Sporty Spice.
No.
Spice. Yeah, she might have been the best singer. She had that song with Bryan Adams. Yeah,
and I'll tell you what, Bryan Adams has got a collection of hits, and that's one of them.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I was a fan of Jerry Halliwell.
Well, coming in from the chat, we've got Ginger Spice right here. Well, she was very voluptuous.
The Babe though was always Posh Spice.
You're gonna go Posh.
Yeah.
She was
I'm not saying that that's
Beckham.
my pick. I'm just saying that she was the Posh one.
I want to call a foul here. I think most people would have picked Ginger Spice as the
Really? I would have picked Baby Spice.
I think she would have been the number two. I think she would maybe be my pick. Musically, I'd go with Mel C.
Now I kind of like Mel B in terms of coolness, attitude.
Mel B was the coolest. Yeah. She's very feisty.
Yeah, I didn't find her scary.
No, I didn't find her scary at all. Kathy, what about you?
No,
who was your
cool.
favorite of the Spice Girls?
I told people it was Sporty Spice, but it really was Baby Spice because it was trying to be cool. But Baby Spice is like more girly and whatever.
Yeah, you like a youthful naivety.
Now can I circle back to the Pussycat Dolls for a second here?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Nicole, what's her name?
Scherzinger?
Scherzinger. She was like
Yeah.
the Beyonce. She was Nicole Scherzinger to the Pussycat Dolls was like Beyonce to Destiny's Child.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Well, I think it was pretty clear that because Destiny's Child, it wasn't so much it's Beyonce plus the other two. It kind of just unfolded that way, similarly to Justin Timberlake with NSYNC and things like that. I think that Pussycat Dolls is very much an orchestrated band.
But so were all of them, though, no?
Well, yeah, but I think like when you think about Destiny's Child, they can all sing, where the Pussycat Dolls, I don't think the others could really sing.
I think they could. Is that true? Now,
I think they could, but they were like a triple threat, double threat.
I went
to
Las
dancers
Vegas,
and singers.
and they had a Pussycat Dolls stripper pole on just a casino table, and there was a lady dancing on it. But she wasn't one of the original
Pussycat Dolls
members.
stripper pole.
Well, because didn't they start as a dance troupe?
Yeah.
Like it was like a live show.
Mm-hmm.
Now, that song is a terrible song.
Which one?
You think?
Don't ya?
Pretty catchy.
It is a catchy song, but, and I would say that Nicole Scherzinger is a better singer than Johnny Cash. Breaking news.
I think that's and a better musician too.
Yeah.
You know,
right, well,
Nicole Scherzinger used to do tours in prisons.
I want to talk about another cover. What
she
about
has a favorite album, Live from Folsom Prison.
Yeah. What about the Sheryl Crow version of "Sweet Child of Mine"?
She performed "Don't Ya" in front of a bunch of hardened criminals.
Yeah. Yeah, and they were like, "Yeah, I think you are hotter than my girlfriend."
Yeah, she caused a prison riot.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry.
Yeah, what about the Sheryl Crow version of "Sweet Child of Mine" in comparison to the Guns N' Roses version?
I've never heard it.
No, Guns N' Roses.
Yeah, I agree.
Guns N' Roses.
Now, Kathy, have you ever been a rock girl? You ever through like a rock phase?
I'm pretty rock.
Yeah, you're pretty rock. Who are some of your favorite rockers, Kathy?
Ozzy Osbourne.
All right, that's cool.
Yeah. I did like Disturbed a lot.
Now did you go through like a
I had an emo phase.
I was gonna ask, did you like AFI and bands like that?
Yes. My Chemical Romance is my number one.
What
Did you
about
ever have
Davis?
Yeah, what about Jonathan
Who the hell
Davis?
is Jonathan
He's
Davis?
the lead singer of Korn.
I did like Korn a little bit.
Yeah.
I think that's a couple years older than my age range. Definitely way older than Dave.
Yeah. Well, my parents played the classics for me.
Yeah, Korn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, Kathy, did you have like a emo look? Did you do a lot of the dark eyeshadow, things like that?
Yeah, I had a really good one. I'll send it to you guys.
I'd love to see this. Yeah. Dave, you ever go through
to you before we
did you ever go through
the
an
show.
emo phase?
I was a goth. I went through a goth phase when I was 8.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have any pictures of that?
Yeah, they're all in black and white.
I thought you were going to say they're all on your MySpace page.
I was not too young for that, James.
Yeah, so, Kathy, you like Ozzy Osbourne. What's your favorite Ozzy song?
Crazy Train.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Dave, you ever get on the Crazy Train?
I'd say I have been. I've ridden the Crazy Train a few stops.
Okay, well, look, I want to quickly pivot to our final micro topic. It's Big Shiny Tunes. Now, prior to tonight's program, I predicted to Dave that the bulk of this show would be discussing Big Shiny Tunes. The exact opposite has happened. We have not discussed Big Shiny Tunes. Kathy, are you familiar with the Big Shiny Tunes CD series?
Yep, I'm absolutely familiar.
Did you have any of them?
I had friends who had them, and I would listen to them.
All right. Well, let's go to the big. I think we're all gonna pull up Big Shiny Tunes on our browser.
Here's my prediction. I have a prediction that every song between 2004, or sorry, every album between 2004 and 2010 had at least one Nickelback song.
Well, yeah, I think because This was a Canadian branded CD. It probably needed to feature a certain amount of Canadian content.
That's correct, for sure. But I don't see any Nickelback, at least on the first two.
Well, the first one was released in 1996.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're talking 2004.
Let's quickly go through the list of songs.
All right. So, Dave, you want me to go through the list, or are you going to go through it?
You can go through. You do it. You're the host.
All right. So now a lot of these songs truly crappy, and many of them I barely remember. So we've got I Mother Earth, which is absolutely a Canadian band. One More Astronaut.
I don't remember.
We've got Bush X, prior to becoming Bush, Machine Head.
That one's that's a classic.
We mentioned him earlier. Porno for Pyro's Tommy Lee's band, Tahitian Moon.
What?
We've got Garbage and their song Queer, which I don't remember that song.
I don't remember it either.
Marilyn Manson, this is a cover, Sweet Dreams, which is a Eurythmics song. I prefer the original.
Yeah, that song stinks.
The Fun Lovin' Criminals with Scooby Snacks.
Don't know
this
it.
is a 90s classic, no doubt. Just a Girl.
That's a good song.
I'm just a girl in the world.
That's from their album. What's their album called?
Would that be what's it? Something Kingdom?
Yeah, Tragic Kingdom.
Yeah. Kathy, what did you think of my impersonation of Gwen Stefani?
That was really good.
Girl in the world.
Yeah, you just need to put a dot on your forehead.
What about this?
It's true, yeah.
Don't speak.
I know just what you're thinking.
So please stop pretending. Don't tell because it hurts.
Yours more disturbing than mine.
Well, I'm doing the Disturbed cover of Don't.
Oh, that's the Disturbed cover?
Yeah.
Now here we go. Again, the Red Hot Chili Peppers with Aeroplane.
Yeah. I think that was also Dave Navarro on guitar for that one.
Got Better Than Ezra with King of New Orleans. I only remember Good by Better Than Ezra.
Mm-hmm.
Remember that song, Dave?
How's that go?
And it's good living with y'all, and it's good.
Yeah, I do know that song, yeah.
All right, then we've got Limb Lifter with Tinfoil. Sounds like a Canadian band to me, and it is a Canadian band. Yeah. Foo Fighters, Alone plus Easy Target. Then we've got another Canadian band, Moist with Ophelia, Radiohead with Just, Poe, Angry Johnny, The Killjoys, Rave plus Drool, Pluto with Pace, and finally Beck with Novocaine.
Novocaine
a lot of songs I don't recall.
I think that this album, the Big Shiny Tunes 1 was like, you just got a little taste for what they were going for, but 2 is where Big Shiny Tunes really blossomed.
2 is what I think people would consider the masterpiece of Big Shiny Tunes. It begins with The Prodigy with Breathe, which I'm sure a lot of people love taking drugs to.
Breathe the pressure.
Yeah.
Psychosomatic, addict, insane.
Then we got Blur with song 2, one of the more annoying songs of all time.
Woohoo!
Yeah, I like what we're doing here, Dave. I want to see if you can jump in with some of the tunes. Then we've got Third Eye Blind with Semi-Charmed Life.
Because I want something else to get me through this. Semi-Charmed Life.
Now, what about, of course, we talked about them earlier. Smash Mouth with their first big hit, Walking on the Sun.
You might as well been walking on the sun.
Sugar Ray with Fly.
I just want to fly.
I think you're going to give me what I want out of this one. Brand Van 3000, Drinking in L.A.
Hi, my name is Stereo Mike.
That's exactly what I was looking for. Marilyn Manson, The Beautiful People.
The beautiful people. The beautiful people.
I'll be interested if you know this one, Dave. Numb by Canadian singer-songwriter Holly McNarland.
I know the guitar riff. Well, that sounded like
Destruction for the next one.
Yeah.
I can't see if you're not listening. Yeah, that song. It's a rockin' tune, man. Swallowed by Bush.
Swallowed.
Matchbox 20
Tell
with
me
Bush.
all your thoughts on God. Matchbox 20? How's that one go? Shit.
And I don't know if I've ever been good enough. Yeah, I'm a little bit rusty. Kathy, you know these songs, right, Kathy?
Yeah.
Now, what about Collective Soul with Precious Declaration. This is a remix. I don't know this Collective Soul
man,
song.
I forgot this one, to be honest.
Well, let's just pretend it was Shine. Ever let your life shine down.
Yeah, sure.
One of the worst bands of all time, the Tea Party with Temptation. Chemical Brothers with Block Rockin' Beats.
Back for another one of those block rockin' beats.
Wow, I have not thought about this band probably since they debuted. A Wide Mouth Mason with My Old Self.
Oh, how does that one go?
Who Cares? Radiohead with Paranoid Android.
I feel like that one's like electronic mostly.
Age of Electric, Remote Control.
Where's my remote control?
And Stone Temple Pilots, rest in peace, Scott Weiland with Lady Picture Show.
She hides behind a bedroom door. She don't know nothing, don't know nothing, don't know nothing anymore.
Damn, that was a murderer's row of performances.
Thank you.
Kathy, any of these songs stick out to you as favorites?
I liked Dave's version of Psychosomatic, Gotta Control.
I'm actually going to be releasing my own Big Shiny Tunes too.
Now that would I think that album would do very well if you do Big Shiny Tunes Revisited
by
with
Dave.
new artists doing the covers.
Yeah, I agree.
Let's go to Big Shiny Tunes 3. We start off with this. This is a pretty solid album. Smashing Pumpkins with Ava Adore.
How does that one go? That's like
I think this song sucks.
It was very like whiny. I mean, all the Smashing Pumpkins songs are whiny.
Was that in the video where they're in outer space, kind of on the moon and stuff?
Yeah, I think so.
Billy Corgan, one of music's greatest bald guys.
Yeah, him and who's another good bald guy?
Mark Rowland.
Moby.
Yeah,
Moby. I'll say this: I think Moby is a wimp.
I like Moby.
Really?
He is a wimp, but I like him.
No, you know what? I was
cool.
watching that. Did either of you see the Woodstock '99 documentary that came out?
Yeah.
Moby was really trashing a lot of the other artists, and I think he put a lot of unfair blame on Fred Durst for starting a riot that happened 2 days after he performed.
Yeah, I agree.
I thought Moby was very dismissive of a lot of people at Woodstock '99, because the majority of those people did go there to have a good time, and it was ruined by a lot of terrible people. But I thought Moby was like a very elitist, and I thought that that guy should buzz off.
He only had a couple of big songs.
Moby's a loser.
He had
confirmed
We
by
Are All
me.
Made of Stars. Was it Southside or
No,
something?
I'm not dedicating any. I'm pulling
Yeah.
a veto here. I'm not gonna. I don't want to talk about Moby on this show. I've never done this on this show in almost 400. I'm not talking about Moby on this show.
Wait, but okay, Moby aside, I think that Fred Durst got a little bit too much flack for that situation.
You agree
From
as well,
that video.
Kathy?
I do, yeah, because I think that they were just doing their thing.
Yeah, it was just one of those days people wanted to break stuff.
Yeah.
Too many bad things.
Let's move on to Fastball, The Way. Now, that's
They
another
made up
class.
their minds, and they started packing. They left before the sun came up that day. And when the car
like
broke
Dave's version
down,
better.
they started walking. But where were they going without ever knowing the way? Anyone can see the road that they walk on.
You sound like you're doing Will
paved in
Ferrell's
gold.
Robert Goulet.
It's always summer, they'll never get old. They'll never get hungry. They'll never get old and gray.
Now, what about the Foo Fighters with My Hero?
R.I.P. the drummer. There
Taylor
goes
Hawkins.
my hero. Watch him as he goes.
Now, what about the Matthew Good Band with Apparitions?
Apparitions. That's
Semisonic with Closing Time.
closing time. Time for you to go back to the places you came from.
The Bare Naked Ladies with 1 Week, which you've sung on this show before.
It's been
Oh,
chicken to China, the
I
Chinese
learned-
chicken. You have a drumstick and your brain stops ticking. Watching X-Files with no lights on. We're down on Maison. I hope the Smoky Man's in this one. Like Harrison Ford, I'm frantic. Like Skim Tantric. Like Singers guaranteed to satisfy. The Kurosawa mad films. Can't make films, but I didn't have an alibi.
gotta
I'm the kind of guy who goes on the back scene. Got the moves.
I literally memorized this song when I was in Junior high.
Got the boom man and maybe think the wrong thing. How can I help it if I think you're funny when you're mad? Trying hard not to smile though I feel bad. I'm the kind of guy who laughs at the funeral. Can't understand what I mean though you still will. I was married to wear my heart on my sleeve. I'm the history of looking at my shirt as being.
All right. What about now? The Beastie Boys with 3 MCs and 1 DJ.
3 MCs and 1 DJ. We be getting down with no delay. Mix Master Mike, what you got to say?
Also features a deceased member of the band. Now, Dave, I'll be interested if you know anything of this one. Rob Zombie, it's Dragula, but to be clear, it's the Hot Rod Herman mix.
Cruise through the dishes and burn through the
No, that's, I believe, I don't think that's, is that song?
Dragula.
Oh, that is that song, isn't it?
Do it, baby.
Third Eye Blind, how's it going to be?
How's it gonna be?
Now, what about Sloan with the Money City Maniacs? I don't remember this song.
I don't know this song off the top of my head, but I did get kicked off my soccer team for going to a Sloan concert instead of soccer practice.
Now, what about...
how does that one go? Do you know? Do you remember?
I don't recall.
Gone. She's back.
Now, what about... we talked about him earlier. Lenny Kravitz, Fly Away.
I mean, this is an easy one. To get away, I want to fly. This was kind of his first hit. Away, my car.
No, I don't agree that was his first hit. What about It Ain't Over Till It's Over?
You're
and
right.
Also, Are You Gonna Go My Way?
You're right. Are You Gonna Go? Is his first hit.
What about now? Placebo, Pure Morning.
Pure morning, days.
Isn't that the song?
Dawning, pure morning. A friend in need's a friend indeed. A friend with weed is better. A friend with breasts and all the rest. A friend in stormy weather.
What about Garbage with Push It?
Push it real good.
Yeah. There was a cover of the Salt and Pepper song. Now, what about Radiohead with Karma Police?
Karma Police.
Goo Goo Dolls with Iris.
Man. It's...
And I don't want the world to see me, 'cause I don't think that they'd understand. Finish it up, Kathy.
Well, everything's made to be broken. I just want to know who I am.
Live from New York.
It's Cathy Fagan. Then we've got Big Wreck with That Song. Don't know.
It's
and
like
Monster Magnet, which is a very
song, they're singing a song about like playing a song. It's one of those.
What about Monster Magnet with Space Lord? I think Monster Magnet being on here is very unusual.
I need to listen to that song.
Yeah, you definitely need to. Guys, look, it's 10:18. We got through 3 micro topics and also 3 editions of Big Shiny Tunes. Kathy, for someone who came on, you were in a cab, and now you're on an episode of At Home. How do you feel about tonight's show?
I feel pretty good. It feels really great to be live from New York.
Yeah. Dave, how about you?
I enjoyed it. I'm going to take one last sip of my beer.
Giant Grolsch. Now, before we wrap things up, Dave, have you put in your notice with Mr. McGee? Is this your last night? It must be, because your sleeves are down.
They just knew that I was retiring after.
So you're no longer going to be the bouncer at Mr. McGee's bar?
No, but I might find another place to wear a sleeveless shirt, though.
All right. Well, I feel like this is a good opportunity. We don't really do this on this show, but the 3 of us are going to be performing together this Friday at 9:30 at Montreal Improv. We were talking about wanting to do a bonding activity. I almost feel like this was our bonding activity.
Could be.
Mm-hmm.
How do you think the set's going to go this Friday? Kathy, on your end, thoughts?
I think that we're gonna take a few minutes to find our flow, but then once we're in it, we'll never lose it.
All right. Dave, how about you?
I think it's going to be a great show. Tickets are only $35.
Yeah.
So pre-order them in advance off Ticketmaster. Come on down to the Montreal Improv Theater.
Well,
it's gonna be a blast.
I think we should also let people know what our team name is going to be. Kathy, I think it's only right that as the namesake of our team, what's our name going into this Friday night?
Before we mention the name, interestingly enough, it's been sort of a theme on this episode.
Yeah, it's true. It has been a theme. Yeah.
Yeah, we are, and this was requested specifically by Dave and then championed by James, that we be Kathy and the huge cocks.
I Okay, so I thought we were going with Kathy and the huge wieners.
Yeah.
But are we
Dave asked me to
right now?
change
Are we aiming to be? Are we aiming to switch it up for the huge C's on Friday night?
Yeah, well, that's what Dave asked for specifically.
It's true, Dave.
Well, the only reason I asked for it is because it was a child's make-a-wish that I wanted to fulfill.
Nice. Now, we also talked about maybe getting a meal, and I'm going to put this out there because we had talked about it earlier. What if we go to the Orange Julep?
I would go to the Orange Julep.
Dave, what do you think?
Sure.
All right. Now, do we want to go for lunch or for dinner?
What day? She's in New York.
Well, Kathy's obviously going to be back.
I'm going to be back tomorrow morning.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
All right. So maybe we coordinate and figure out when we're going to go to the Orange Julep.
All right.
All right. Well, guys, this has been our show. Kathy, thanks so much for jumping in so last minute. I love that you confronted me in my Instagram direct message box. We've got it coming in from the chat right now, and I think we have to acknowledge this before we wrap up. High Score Run legendary viewer writes, will you all wear leather pants? This is unbelievable because we did talk about performing in leather jackets.
Yeah.
I did buy a jacket for this. Do you want to see it? Whoever High Score Run is.
I will be performing in, and now at a charity auction, I purchased Lenny Kravitz's pants, the ones that broke on stage, and I will be
Kathy,
wearing...
that looks like a raincoat.
Yeah, but it's like, I know that it's not exactly leather, but I think that it was like...
That's like a Matrix, so you're in the Matrix.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how I felt when I put it on. With my
Okay, so
sunglasses.
maybe we're all going to wear different types of leather coats. Oh, my goodness. Well, folks, this is, wow, Kathy, as someone who looks cool on this show, you've never looked less cool than this moment right now. Guys, that's our show. Dave, thanks so much for being here. I appreciate it.
You got it.
All right, folks, that's Kathy. That's Dave. I am James. You are you. We were here. Come see us this Friday night at 9:30. Until then, good night, goodbye, farewell, and, of course, be well.